Thank you, Mr. Nunez, Mr. Guzman, Mr. Mohammed. Appreciate your participation and your insight. I want to make sure we get to members of the public to make public comment.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this is our opportunity for public comment. I know that some folks had to leave. We definitely want to entertain public comment here from the public if there is any. As members of the public are coming forward or deciding whether they want to make comment. Okay, here we go. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
My name is Luis Vivero. I'm from Stockton. I'm here with Fathers and Families.
Hello, my name is Yishmael Yisrael, and I'm with Fathers and Families in Stockton, California. So on behalf of the juvenile justice, I would just like to, the things I'd like to change about that is our basic rights as youth and juvenile, because it's not us that are doing the trouble. It's the society we grew up in, and our environmental we grew up in, and our circumstances we had to live under in order for us to commit crimes, to put food on the table and stuff like that. So I just think that the probation officers and stuff like that should just have a better understanding of us as human beings instead of just people who like to go out and commit crimes and do bad stuff. That's all I got to say.
The same thing also about the juvenile court, the juvenile hall justice system rights, is I don't want to be treated like an animal no more. While I'm there, I have to ask to get up. I have to ask to use the restroom. If I walk with my hands on my sides, besides behind my back, I get sent to my room. And the way they see us as criminals, and they're just these big old powerful people. And they see us as like people they could pick on. And I want to change that. The way they see us, we're all the same. We're all people. We're all human. Why can't we treat each other equally? That to me being a youth, that's something I would want, and it's something I would know other youths want.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Any more public comment? And then we go to Ms. Brown after.
I'll just say something real quick. Dear committee, my name is Orson Aguilar. I'm the president of the Green Lining Institute. I just want to stop by and really say how much I love what this committee is doing. I grew up in Boyle Heights in East LA. When I was 18, I was convicted of a felony. Today, I still have a felony. A lot of people don't know that. And immediately, I was labeled a gang member. Had all these enhancements. Had no opportunity to really fight back. But because I had just been admitted to college, I was able to get a lot of community support that now enabled me to get a master's degree and now do more for the community. One of the things that we really want to encourage are our corporations to really step up when it comes to boys and men of color. We've been looking at the tech sector for their lack of engagement, for example. Tech companies, as we know, on average hire 2% of their employees are African American, 2% on average are Latino. They have policies that make it hard if you're incarcerated. And so we worked closely with Uber to make sure that they banned the box. Uber came out with a really outstanding policy. There's no reason why all the other companies, such as Apple, Facebook, should follow. But the big thing is our young people are not going to have the opportunities to speak up here if these companies don't open the door. And so one of the things that we are going to encourage of members is to really think of the private sector role here to really dismantle this incarceration system that we have. Thank you very much for your leadership.
Any other members of the public? Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Maureen Washburn, and I'm from the Center on Juvenile and Criminal Justice in San Francisco. And we're a proud member of the Alliance for Boys and Men of Color. And I just wanted to briefly say thank you to the committee members for your work to address the ways our juvenile justice system disproportionately impacts young men and boys of color. And I also wanted to express my support on behalf of CJCJ for the advocates and allies who are working on behalf of dismantling direct file. Thank you.
Thank you. Additional members of the public? Hi and welcome. Please.
Some nice chairs. Okay, my name is Anthony Walker. From San Joaquin County. I came with Tariq Muhammad from Holiday Families. I just wanted to speak because I'm currently on probation right now. I've been in juvenile hall. Like, in juvenile hall, it's like not a place for like kids that should be there. Kids shouldn't be there because they treat you like you're an animal. Like, nobody loves you there. Like, nobody cares about you. Like, when I was in there, like, my mom had gallstone like surgery, and then they wouldn't tell me what was wrong because I asked them. I was like, "Can I get a call?" They said, "No, she's all right." But I called my mom the next day because I was in camp. I called my mom the next day, and then she was like, if they would have cut an inch or more of her gallstone, she would have died. So they told me that she was all right, where she really wasn't all right. So it's really not a place for kids. Like, and then like my teacher, he is talking about like since like they've been watching people since the third grade, kids, like their test scores or something like that. They've been watching them to know if they're going to go to juvenile hall or like prison. So that's why they like build new prisons and stuff. So they're like setting us up for basically like failure instead of setting us up like with college and stuff like. And then like, what else do I have to talk about? Mental health in there. So they're giving us like medicine, telling us to go to mental health and stuff. But the medicine is really making us like zombies. I was on the medicine myself, and they're like half of the time I couldn't like comprehend about nothing. Like I was like just drugged up off of drugs, and we was just walking around like zombies almost. Like we was like sleep all day, and then like if we had the chance, we'd sleep all day, like all week, because the drugs are so strong. And then the mental health of a person would be like, oh, did you go through any trauma in your life and stuff? And then if we tell them, yeah, they'd be like, oh, you want me to kick up the dosage? And then we don't know. We just saying, yeah, and our parents signed the paper and stuff. So it's just like, it's no use for mental health because you're just pumping medicine to us and making us like drowsy and stuff. This for we won't do nothing. We won't act up. And another thing I want to speak on, schools. I mean, there's peer pressure like everywhere you go, but schools is just like most people want to fit in with like the popularity at school. So that's why they like get in trouble or run to drugs and stuff, and like run to like the street life and stuff. Because basically when I start getting in trouble like at 13, I saw like people like smoking and stuff. I thought it was okay, and I thought like it was fine. And I didn't really see the outcome of it because like I just wanted to like go ahead of the game, like sort of say like go ahead and push forward with my life because I thought I was like ready, but I really wasn't. Because probation, like being on probation, I've been on probation since I was 13. That's 4 years, and like for 2 years I was clean the first 2 years, and then the last 2 years I was doing stuff. But 2 years on probation, like 13 to 14, I could have just been doing something else. But I was on ankle monitor I was on ankle monitor like 6-7 months. So that's a long period of time because I could have been playing like baseball or basketball or something. When I was in the house, like bothering my mom, I couldn't even go to the garbage can to take the garbage out without the monitor beeping and stuff. So it's just like in reality they set you up for you could do something else, for you can go back in there and then go back and CYA. Like before I was in camp, before I got sentenced to camp, they said that if you do anything else, it's 4 years in CYA. if I see you again. And then, like, me hearing that made me want to change and made me want to, like, come and do stuff like this and, like, better the community instead of, like, terrorizing it. So that's why I'm here today.
Thank you for sharing your story. Ms. Brown.
That was a riveting story. And I have had the experience in my neighborhood of one of those young people who was drugged, and he has come back to the neighborhood, and he's not a real person anymore. He's actually tried to burn himself up. They caught him in time, but he still has a lot of damage to his body. But it had to do with those drugs that you were talking about, and I hope we can start looking at that. But I was wondering, as everyone was talking, the whole the string of things that came through, the strand was how people treat each other and how the kids are being looked at by those in authority. How can we, I know that that's a personal thing, you know, they said, well, people are still going to be discriminating against you because you have the color of your skin or whatever. But I do know that I came up in a time when, yes, they discriminated against us, but laws were changed, and at least we don't have that same outward kind of thing. But what can we do? What kind of training can we give those in authority, the police officers, the teachers, the counselors? What can we do to help change the attitudes of people about our young men and boys and girls of color?
Thank you. We're over time, but I wanted to make sure that we had a space for all of our amazing panelists to speak and share your ideas and thoughts and input. Definitely wanted to have our youth speak, so I want to thank our powerful youth for your stories and for sharing your insight. I want to thank all of our amazing leaders and advocates and partners. We have a powerful group of people right here in this room, and the Alliance expands way beyond this room. So thank you for all the work that you do on the ground every day. We're going to carry our part of the bargain as well and be strong advocates in the legislature. Really appreciate you being here for this hearing. Thank you.